Commissioner Gordon, Bane has escaped. War is never confined to open battlefields. The most decisive conflicts unfold in silence, in the chambers of the mind, within the trembling will of those who stand before you, uncertain and unsteady. To master the art of conflict is not to spill blood, but to break resolve without lifting a blade. It is to extinguish hope long before the first blow is ever delivered. A confrontation is won not by brute force, but by the ability to bend reality to your intention, to mold the world as effortlessly as a potter shapes unresisting clay. True power lies in governing perception, in compelling your opponent to move to your rhythm, to lose himself in a haze you engineered, until surrender becomes his only refuge.
Strike not at flesh, but at the very essence of your adversary. A fractured bone will mend, but a fractured mind remains split forever. Plant uncertainty where confidence once stood. Scatter disorder where clarity once lived. Display strength where you are weakest, and conceal your might where you dominate most. Let every move be a contradiction, every phrase a snare. The art of war is the art of illusion, the dominion of shadows and murmurs. When the enemy peers into the darkness, let him see not your figure, but 100 shifting silhouettes. Let every attempt to grasp you close upon emptiness. A warrior who battles phantoms is a warrior who defeats himself. Make him perceive danger in every corner, treachery in every companion. Let the ground tremble beneath his feet long before you raise a hand. An enemy hunted by his own thoughts becomes a creature trapped in a maze of his own design. He will thrash. He will strike at his own shadows, every struggle draining him, every motion bleeding him dry. When the moment arrives, you will not need to shout or wield a weapon. His ruin will be complete, his downfall finished before the battle ever began. War is not the clash of metal, nor the thunder of guns. It is the unseen choreography of power, a silent noose tightening in plain sight. To master war is to become the puppeteer, every thread drawn with precision, every movement foreseen. Your foe must be convinced he stands on solid ground, even as the earth beneath him crumbles into dust. Let him reach for triumph, only to find it turning to ash. Every step forward must pull him deeper into your snare. Every so-called victory should become a hollow mirage, leading him closer to the abyss. And when the moment arrives, he will realize he was never the hunter. He was always the prey. Warriors who rely only on rage and force are beasts without direction. But the master of war does not confront the beast. He makes the beast devour itself. Lure him with false comfort. Let him build his fortress high, his pride even higher. Then, unseen, strip him of every advantage. Erode the foundation he swore was unshakable.
Let him climb to the summit of his arrogance, and when the ground disappears beneath him, his fall will be swift, absolute, final. There is no victory more complete than the one won without bloodshed, without visible struggle. For in such a triumph, the defeated knows he was undone not by superior might, but by his own blindness. This wound leaves no scar on the flesh. It carves itself into the soul. This is the art of war, the art of conquering without striking, of crushing without touching.
It is not enough to win. Victory is mundane. Dominion is not sufficient. True mastery is control that goes unnoticed until it is far too late. The enemy must not even realize he was ever in conflict until the game is already over and the board lies overturned. Let others exhaust themselves, pursuing glory with blades and bullets. The true master wages war with whispers, with shadows cast upon the mind. Every fear, a battle cry. Every doubt, a weapon. Every hesitant glance, a deeper wound than steel could ever inflict. And when it ends, when he kneels broken, shattered not by force, but by the collapse of his own design, let him understand he was defeated not by a warrior, but by an artist who knew the soul of conflict better than he ever knew himself.
But the greatest war is not against another. It rages within. It is the battlefield where every weakness, every fear, every buried fracture becomes a blade turned inward. This war is not meant to be won, nor lost, but endured. For in endurance, strength is forged. To master the inner war is to face the darkest mirror, to confront the creatures lurking in the depths of your psyche. Many are consumed by that chaos, devoured by the shadows they themselves unleash. But those who seek to dominate themselves do not pursue peace. They seek command over every flaw, every trembling impulse, every hidden shard. Pain is not an adversary, but an instructor, a relentless tutor demanding evolution. Rage, fear, sorrow, these are not weights to discard. They are fires to be harnessed. When the storm within threatens to shatter you, do not retreat. Stand, face it, and force it to kneel. Suppressing darkness allows it to rot. Mastering it turns it into power beyond measure. There is no growth without conflict, no ascent without struggle, no transformation without breaking.
To become stronger, you must first be broken. To become unyielding, you must endure the flame. The inner war is a crucible. It does not destroy, it reforges. Most try to silence this storm with shallow pleasures and easy distractions. But those who step into the darkness know it is not a curse, it is a source. Let the tempest roar, it must roar. Lose yourself in it, and you are shattered. Conquer it, and you rise, reborn. When the dust settles, stand amid the ruins as the architect of what remains. Do not seek to end the war, seek to own it.
The war within is not weakness, it is a forge.
and those tempered by it become something that surpasses the fragile limits of flesh and bone. Every scar a testament, every wound a symbol of what has been overcome. He who survives this fire is no longer a prisoner of fear. When the chaos inside you serves you, there is nothing left to conquer but the world itself. Yet to wield such mastery, one must enter the labyrinth of the inner depths, the realm where trauma festers, where silent desires whisper, where fears coil like serpents beneath the surface. To conquer this maze is not merely self-awareness, it is to weaponize every thought, every emotion, every fragment of the psyche.
Psychoanalysis is not a gentle reflection, but a ruthless excavation, a precise dissection that turns disorder into strength. Without a map of one's own mind, no battle can be won. To uncover hidden fears is to reveal vulnerabilities. To expose motives is to understand how to bend others. He who dissects his own darkness can dismantle another's. He who understands his subconscious becomes a strategist who cannot be deceived. For war begins long before a blade is drawn. It begins in thought, in shifting currents of desire. Psychoanalysis lays these currents bare, revealing the silent conflicts burning within every individual. And in doing so, it grants the greatest force of all, the power to bend yourself and your opponent to a will that cannot be broken.